so my situation is this: is I've been in the courtroom as a litigant over probably 5 years now, and I really thought in the first place when I was in the courtroom, I thought that maybe it's one of those weird cases that maybe you fall through the cracks and stuff like that, and it's just a case that goes against you, and it's just something that happens to some families and things of that nature. But the more that I was in those courtrooms, and the more that I saw some of the players that were, and these are public administrators, giving each other different jobs, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then when the judges are actually allowing these public administrators to run the courtrooms, fill out court orders that are improper and things of that nature, and then it's very detailed. I'd love to sit down with you guys sometime and give you. I've got a big case I'd love you to review on my situation. There might be a couple other people that have the same public administrator, and now we're not no group or anything like that. We're just all victims, We're victims.
Same people.
Victims, but it does pertain to the same public administrator, the same attorney that represents this public administrator. And the reason I kind of found out a little bit more about it was that there is a gentleman by the name of Joseph Ehrlich. I don't know if you're familiar with this attorney. He works out of Oakland County, and he does, when things are going sour over there in Oakland County, these public administrators go to Joe because I got to give you this, he is a master at fiction. He is a master storyteller. I think he has a few people that help him out that I've recently discovered and stuff, but they can spin a story that is non-fictional, and make it fictional within, and they'll make people believe it. I mean, and they are destroying families, and they are pillaging assets. And where this money's going to, I don't really have, I can't follow up on that right now. I don't have where the money goes to, how they get the assets, and they sell things for 25 cents on the dollar, 41 cents on the dollar. I mean, in my case, they're selling a condominium for 40 cents on the dollar down in Florida. And then, this other case now, a large building in Farmington is the largest business thing of my dad's estate. They've got control over this estate, and they're selling it probably for 50 cents on the dollar. But and then they do have these certain buyers, I think, that are handpicked, that they just, they got pocket listings, and they don't have any accountability. In my situation, 3 years with no accountability. I mean, they have no accounting, and when we forced them finally at the end of last year to give us an accounting, and the judge could see, wow, this is really getting wild, he just comes up with zero. That's what his answer was. Accounting, nothing. He won't present bills, yet he will say that, hey, we've got over $300,000 in this estate, and we want to sell that building and collect our fees.
And attorneys are putting liens on the property.
And attorneys are putting liens on the property. And it's not just my property and my estate that this is happening. The more that I sit in there, and I had to go into some other Wednesdays, and you could be invited to a Wednesday 8:30 in the morning as a sit-in someone to watch these cases that are going on with this public administrator Thomas Brennan Fraser, and it is just rather wild how he gets away with all these assets and not doing what he's supposed to do as a special fiduciary. He's assigned as a special fiduciary to do the accounting, all the historical accounting, yet the judge, in every aspect of my cases, and I believe me, I've got a big folder that's probably a foot high, he is protecting this guy the whole time. I mean, and there's different attorneys that are going through the process, and the judge is constantly protecting this public administrator. When you can list 5 or 6 things that he's doing wrong, doesn't really matter,
We can give him case numbers too.
I mean, I can give you guys case numbers. I don't want to get into a whole lot of just bending your ear today, but I could probably send you guys out a couple of different case numbers, and I think you're going to be astonished. I mean, right now, actually, tonight I'm going to the county commissioners meeting up in Oakland County. I have been going since July of this year, and I'm just begging because, do I have the money to pay the taxes on my building, my father's building? I do, but here's the situation. public administrator has got control of it. He will not accept, he's not going to like, oh, you pay it and then you have the building. He wants you to pay the money. He wants you to let him still have the building, have complete control, and then he's going to sell it and just pay his boys and his girls. And here's the craziness. It really comes down to this. Thomas Brennan Fraser, he always, in each case, if you get down to it, he always, and I use that word always, I know I shouldn't use that word, but he does. He goes to the nefarious one in the group. If they say a little dysfunctionalness in a family, like the nefarious one, he will gravitate to that nefarious person, and then he causes billable hours within the cases. And that's how he starts out, by doing that. But then he creates so much conflict that he eventually gets a hold of everybody's property. I mean, I have a lady right now that's losing her tree farm in Holly, Michigan, and I really feel sorry for the lady. I mean, the whole 10-acre tree farm.
And Mary Basso.
And, there's a lot of people I could.
There's about 8 of them for sure that we know of.
I don't know. Would you guys be interested in looking into it? Because I really think, it's getting really ugly over there, and I think we need some help.
Yeah, I'll pass it over to. We have an elder abuse division too, so I can send it over there too if you think it's. I guess I don't know if you think it's taking advantage of elders. I know it's through court process though, so I guess it wouldn't be a criminal thing. 'Cause it's like the courts themselves, right? That you're saying there.
It is the courts. I mean, it goes really deep. I mean, it goes all the way to Jennifer Phillips and Scale Division, Milton Mack. I mean, we've contacted all these people, and in some points they say, "Oh, we're aware that there are some problems here," but then we've done some research and there really isn't. We think that there's misinformation coming out of the courts, and we say, "Hey, if you think there's misinformation coming out, then show us what misinformation that is, and then we'll deal with that detail." And we're showing you, and we're willing to show you what corruption is going on. And it is. I used to try to keep away from the word corruption and think that the judges weren't involved, but man, I have to truly believe they are involved now. I truly believe that they are doing it. They don't care about you, sir, or me, or they don't care about anybody but their Oakland County coffers. And if anybody steps in their way, I mean, they're ruthless. They want money for Oakland County, and they want to hide that brand, that Oakland County brand name. But they're in it for the money, and it's very disturbing. As I've been in it for 5 years, and like I said, in the beginning, for the first year and a half, I really didn't think it was that situation. But for the last 3.5 years, it's being disclosed to me so much that I want to pass it on. Now, there was a lady in 2017. Her name is on Channel 7 News, Heather Catella. She brought it out, and for some reason they shut her down. She was bringing out the mischief that was going on out there, and even Andrew Meisner and Lisa Brown, the county executive there, the treasurer and stuff, they brought it out in the summer of 2018, and some reason it's shut down again. It's but I don't think it's like a mafia group. I think it's just a few bad players that are destroying the situation over there. Because probably, yeah. So is there a way that I could follow up with you and see if you guys are going to go forward?
Yeah, what I'll do is I will talk to one of our divisions to see what they can, if follow their area, and I can maybe follow up with me next week if you want. That way I can.
Okay. I mean, could you send me an email and then maybe we could go that way for a little bit, and I could just get your information that way. And
yeah, or it's probably best to.
Oh, call.
The email goes through the state system's kind of weird.
Okay.
So if I give my number, it's 517-373-1123.
1123. Okay.
What's his name again?
Michael.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. So you say, I know that you guys are very busy with this time of year. Everybody's just gotten in for, re-election, and they're actually, it's a new group of people. So I know that everybody's probably got their cupboard's full of things to do. So you think I should check with you in 2 weeks, or?
Yeah, probably a week or 2 weeks would be good.
Okay.
And that way I can get a better idea what they, probably, yeah, you're right. Maybe even 2 to 3 safe, and that way I can get a feel for where they're at on this. All right.
Wait, can I tell you one last
Okay,
thing
this
though?
is my wife Jody. I'm sorry.
This is Jody, and I have been talking with a senator and a rep. So, like, would it be better if maybe they came and talked to you, or would you? Because we don't want to bombard you with all these litigants and victims, because we don't want to overpower you. So, I've been slowly going to these two political people that are friends of mine, and they've been really good about keeping up and understanding. Would you recommend maybe them coming in and talking to you first about all of us, so that we're not, because a lot of people want to call you, but we don't want them to bombard you, because it is horrible what's going on.
Yeah, I guess the best way, let me ask our office what's the best way to handle information.
Okay, perfect.
And then I get back to that way, maybe we can funnel it in a certain way, or have a meeting or something like that.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. All right,
Okay,
sounds
that
good.
Great, Michael. And
We'll wait
talk
to hear from you.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
All right,
Bye
sounds
now.
good. Bye-bye.